All right, we're back at Ortonville, and tonight's starting lineup. We're going to turn it over to Mike Swenson. It's a great atmosphere from Ortonville High School, and I think we're going to have a great basketball game coming your way as well. Well, both teams will get their final instructions from their head coaches. We'll be ready to tip this one off. Ortonville and Milbank. Game number one. Second one will come February 16th, a Friday night in Milbank. Did you have anything to do with that, Mike? The interesting part here, Mike, is both teams only start two seniors. A lot of youth yet on these squads, as talented as they are. Ross Wigman to jump against Sean Zemlicka. Tip this one off. Bulldogs wearing their old gold uniforms with maroon numerals and trim. Ortonville in their orange uniforms with white numerals and trim. Tip is controlled by the Bulldogs. Heiner swings it off to Volkanot. Quickly goes right baseline. Swings it through Jackson Sussex. Three-pointer left corner. No good. Rebound cleared by Wigman. Wigman giving it up the floor to Andy Ross. Ross slowing it down for the Trojans. Picks up his dribble. Needs a little help. Now giving it off to Nathan Thompson. Thompson back off to Ross. Way out towards the left side of the front court. Back over to Nathan Thompson. Bulldogs open with a man-to-man defense. Now they swing it out to Pete Ross. Pete over to Jordan Boxer out on the right wing. Ortonville being patient this time down. Now it gets thrown through the hands of Andy Ross out of bounds. Turnover giving it to the Bulldogs. Yeah, Luke is probably the best defender for the Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs got to fight the pressure up the floor to Zemlicka. Zemlicka's going to travel with the basketball. That's a real question mark tonight for the Bulldogs. They got it on the backcourt all right. Sean needs to just kind of slow down. He sometimes gets a little fast. Just needs to not overplay the situation sometimes. Back come the Trojans. Andy Ross giving it off to Pete. Pete Ross way out on the left wing, swinging over to Wigman. He'll step out, fire a three-pointer. That one's good. Ross Wigman showing his range at the center position. Gets Ortonville on top, quick 3-0 lead. Bulldogs break through the pressure. Rob Volkanot front court, left corner, Heiner. Back out to Volkanot. Hot pass down low, got deflected away. It's stolen by Andy Ross. Ross brings it down the floor, quickly gives it to Pete. Going left baseline, underneath shot is good. 5-0 Ortonville. And full court pressure once again by the Trojans. Volkanot in the backcourt, needs some help. Cross court to Kuba. Kuba walks in front court now, breaks the timeline into the right corner. He's going to step on the sideline though. Nice job of defense there. Andy Ross cut him off. Nowhere to go for Kuba. 6:26 left to play in our first period. 5-0 Ortonville. Andy Ross on the dribble, walks in front court, gives it off to Pete Ross. Pete on the left wing. Out top to Wigman. Wigman on the dribble against Volkanot. Nice spin move. Runner from 13. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Off the Trojans. It will be Bulldog basketball. Sussex is going to throw it in the front row as he was looking a no-look pass to Kuba, and that thing just did not leave his hand right. Yeah, just as soon as that thing got out of his hands, you knew that was not good. Andy Ross back for the Trojans. Andy dribbles over to the right wing, picks up the dribble, gives it out to Brother Pete. Over left side, Jordan Botker fires a three off the mark. Rebound cleared by Sussex. Jackson tries to push it down the floor. Moves it over the left side in the corner. Heinert, give and go down low. Zemlicka. Zemlicka hard to the basket, puts it in. Nice ball movement by the Bulldogs. Gets them their first basket. 5-2 Ortonville. 5:40 left to play in our first period. Nathan Thompson with the basketball. Giving it out top to Wigman. Over to the right side, Ross. Back out to Thompson. Nathan slows it down just a bit. Sussex comes out to contest him. Thompson now dribbles over to the left side. Nathan picks it up, gives it off to Wigman. Wigman guarded by Volkanite, who's only 6 foot, so a size differential there. But they put Rob on for the speed. Back to Thompson out on the left wing. Looks at a three into the corner. Andy Ross. Out top to Pete Ross. Zemlicka comes out to guard him. Over to Botker. Botker down to Wigman. Kicks it back out to Jordan. Jordan swinging it back off to Andy Ross. Very patient offense right now for Ortonville. Just under 5 minutes left to play in our opening period. 5-2 Ortonville lead. Ross Wigman out on the right wing. Dribble drive to the bucket. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound by Wigman. Puts up the left-hander in. Nice job of staying with it by Ross Wigman. And Wigman's got 5. 7-2. Ortonville on top. 4:40 left to play in our first. Sussex into the front court. Needs some help from his teammates. Caught in a trap. Now it's knocked away, but Sussex recovers. And now he dribbles it off his leg. Got him out. So this pressure right away with Ortonville. Milbank's having problems with it. With that timeout, we'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Ortonville's taking a quick 7-2 lead. 4:30 left to play in our first period. Bulldogs have 5 turnovers already in the first 3.5 minutes of play. And Skip will add some size down there at 6'3" also. Botker with the basketball, giving it out top to Nathan Thompson. Over to Andy Ross, into the corner, Wigman. Back out left wing to Andy. Andy out top to Thompson. Thompson looking for something down low, now back off to Ross. Andy Ross in the corner, Letrude. Swing it over to the right side. Out on the wing to Thompson, out top Botker. Good reversal in the left corner. Andy Ross. Back to Letrude, give and go, back off to Ross. Down low, Wigman. Wigman, turnaround jumper is no good, but he's going to be fouled by Volkanite. So Ortonville definitely going at that size disadvantage for the Bulldogs with Volkanite guarding Wigman. Wigman will go to the line, 4-2. The first one on its way, and that one's good. He's looking bigger and bigger every day. Second Wigman shot is good as well. 9-2, Ortonville by 7 with 3:54 left to play in our first. Volkanite off to Heinert. Heinert's going to be fouled. Letrude was going for the steal, and he got a piece of Joe Heinert's arm.
Foul on 33, Skip Letrude, his first.
Travis Lester checks in for the Bulldogs for Joe Heinert. Mike Paulson also into the game for the Bulldogs for Jackson Sussex. Inbounds out top to Lester. Travis swinging it off to Mike Paulson. Paulson out top to Volkanite. Quick dribble drive. Rob loses it, but regains, goes back to the hoop, puts it in. Nice job staying with it by Volkanite. 9-4 Ortonville with 3:37 left to play in our first. Nathan Thompson front court giving it up to Skip Letrude. Over to Botker. Botker drives the paint, got it knocked out of his hands by Zemlicka. It will stay with the Trojans though. Jackson Sussex checks in for Luke Kuba. See a lot of rotation by Coach Sussex out of the guards. Thompson inbounds to Wigman. Wigman now working against Zemlicka. Steps by Zemlicka, goes to the basket, missed a shot, rebound on the backside by the Trojans. Letrude goes back up and puts it in. That time Wigman used his speed to get by Zemlicka, and Letrude cleaned it up. Volkanot in the front court. Paulson behind the defense, off to Zemlicka. Zemlicka hard to the basket, loses the basketball though, and it's cleared by Wigman in the corner. Sean is going in just a little bit too hard again. 3 minutes remain in our first period, 11-4 Trojans. Wigman's going to travel with basketball.
That's the one thing, when you get out on the wing like that, he'll set his stats and he'll get called for traveling everything.
Lester to inbounds. That full court press waiting for the Trojans. They lead it with 6'4" Ross Wigman. Sussex over to Volkanot. Rob taking his time, now gets it off to Sussex. Jackson still picks it up in the backcourt. Now they move it to Ryan Schuler into the ballgame. Off to Lester, left baseline. He'll lose the basketball. Now it's knocked out of bounds. Off to Lester. And it will be Ortonville basketball. So another turnover for the Bulldogs. Where Milbank just looks in disarray trying to handle that quickness of the Trojans. Andy Ross will bring it down the floor with 2:39 left to play. In our first period, 11-4. Trojans on top. Skip Lettrud. Free throw line to Wigman. Wigman pull-up jumper is no good. High rebound cleared by Lester, and Lettrud to pick up and over the back. That'll be his second foul. And Pete Ross will have to check back in for him now. 7-point Ortonville lead with 2:28 left to play in our first period from Ortonville Gymnasium. Sussex on the inbounds with the full court pressure. Gets it through Ryan Schuler, but he gets it knocked away, and we're going to have a foul on Jordan Botker.
Foul on 21, Jordan Botker, his first.
Third team foul for the Trojans. Just one for Milbank, first on Botker. We're going to official stop and play. Looks like we got another substitution coming in. Dan Roush checks in. He's a senior. I thought he was a senior last year when he was burning us over there in Milbank. Last guy I wanted to see when I showed up tonight. Oh, he looked good. He's in the ball game now. Sussex for the Bulldogs, giving it off to Mike Paulson. Paulson down low, Schuler. Schuler backing his way in. Turnaround shot off the glass is good. Ryan Schuler at 6'7" and all muscle has a way to just back himself down and turn around and hit that shot. 11-6 Trojans with 2 minutes left to play in our first period. Roush with the basketball. Swings it over right side to Thompson. Nathan swinging over the left side now. Andy Ross puts up a three-pointer. That was good. Good ball movement once again by Ortonville. Open that up, and it's an 8-point Trojan lead. Sussex in the backcourt, giving it off to Volkanot. Rob will dribble into the front court. Left corner is going to throw it away. He was looking for Travis Lester. That was way over Travis's head.
Well, that's just the defensive pressure by the Trojans. Not too many teams will see put the 6'4" guy right out underneath the press. So.
Yeah, it's a big advantage they have right now. Andy Ross back for Ortonville into the right corner. Giving it off to Pete Ross. Pete back to Andy. Up top to Nathan Thompson. Thompson back off to Ross. Ross to Wigman. Wigman over to Ross. Ross trying to dribble in, and he's going to be fouled. Rob Volkanot went down, and he just, I don't know if he tripped over somebody. He ended up going into the legs of Ross, and he's going to pick up his second foul. Luke Kuma checks in for Rob Volkanot. Andy Ross gives it off to Jordan Botker. Botker on top to Dan Roush. Over to Botker. Giving it off to Wigman. Wigman, Zemlicka comes out to contest him. Bulldogs still playing a man-to-man. Now off to Botker, off to Andy Ross. Being very patient once again. Andy to the right side to Wigman. Wigman going to work against Zemlicka. Swims around him, but he got rejected by the big guy that time. Sean did a nice job of getting back in position. Heinrich down low, got it deflected out of bounds by the Trojans. Will be Bulldog basketball on the baseline. 46 seconds remain in our first period. 14-6, Ortonville on top. Jackson Sussex the inbounds on the baseline. Jackson gets it into Heinrich. Heinrich's going to have a guy all over him. That's going to be Andy Ross picking up the foul.
Foul on 55, Andy Ross, his first.
First foul on Andy, fourth team foul for the Trojans. So the Bulldogs inbounds once again from the baseline. Sussex will try to get it in. Gets it into Cuba in the left corner. Luke dribbles through traffic. Now he puts up a shot that's going to be short, right into the hands of Pete Ross. Luke didn't look like he really wanted to shoot that, and his indecision cost him there. Andy Ross with the basketball, giving it back out to Botker. 30 seconds remaining in our first period. Ortonville's going to slow it down, hold for 1. They lead by 8. Jordan Botker standing just inside half court with the basketball, 20 seconds remaining. The Bulldogs just let him stand out there. Now Jordan goes to work, giving it in the left corner. Pete Ross with 10 seconds, back out top to Andy. Back in the corner to Pete. Bulldogs come out on the defense, over to Botker. Botker up top. Andy Ross dribbling in. Free throw line jumper is good. In a solid first period, ended by an Andy Ross jumper. At the end of 1, it's Ortonville 16, Milbank 6. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back. Ortonville leads, and they get the basketball to start the second period. Botker out top. Now they give it to Andy Ross. Over to Roush. Back in the corner to Botker. Jordan out top to Ross. Right side and a long jumper. Tanner Rademacher, no good. Rebound cleared by Zemlicka. Zemlicka fights through pressure. Dan Roush is going to pick up the foul. That's one you just don't really want to get, Mike. And you don't really see it now why it's a bad thing, but you're that one more foul closer to going to the bonus and putting another team to the free throw line. Sussex working against pressure. Roush got picked by Zemlicka. He's still on his feet after that. Sussex out top to Volkanot. Left side Heinert. He'll turn and fire a 3 off the mark. Rebound cleared by Rademacher. Rademacher up the floor to Botker. Botker out on the left wing. Over to Ross. Back out top to Botker. Botker got it knocked away. Zemlicka playing some very good defense down low. But a loose ball was picked up by Dan Roush. Rademacher back out top to Andy Ross. Ortonville will slow it down. Ortonville leads 16-6. 6:55 left to play in our first half. Roush with the basketball. Out to Rademacher. Over to the right wing to Andy Ross. Andy out top to Botker. Jordan dribble drive. Now he pulls up. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound cleared by Zemlicka. Back off to Sussex. Up in the front court to Volkanot. Bulldogs desperately need a basket. Down low, Heinert. Heinert gives him that basket. Off the assist for Volkanot. 16-8. Ortonville leads by 8 with 6.5 remaining in our second period. Roush with the basketball. Giving it off. Rademacher's going to throw it away. Thought something was there down low. Nobody home. We get a lot of traffic going back and forth too. Ryan Schuler will check in for Zemlicka. He'll get a deserved breather after playing some very quality defense. Sussex brings it down against pressure around. Defensive pressure in the backcourt's dropped off a little for Ortonville this second period. Volkanot out top to Mike Paulson. Paulson off to Sussex. Give and go down low. Volkanot. Volkanot steps in. He's going to miss the shot. Rebound by Schuler. I think he's going to pick up and over the back though. Foul's going to go against Ryan. That'll be the third team foul, first on Schuler. Andy Ross will bring it down the floor. 16-8, Trojans lead with 5:55 left to play in our first half. Pete Ross trying to go to the basket, kick it back out to Botker. Back out Andy Ross, right corner to Rademacher. Looking for something down low. The Bulldogs are keeping that in check. Back off to Pete Ross. Pete on the left wing. He'll launch a three-pointer. That was good. The outside jumper's falling for the Trojans tonight. They lead by 11. Now they put down that full court pressure once again. Volkanot off to Sussex. Sussex to Paulson. He'll load up three-pointer right side. No good. Rebound cleared by Pete Ross. Pete is going to get I would have to think offensive foul there. Yep. He just barrel dropped Volkanot, who was standing still at mid-floor. Stolen away in the back Roush kicking it off to Andy Ross, streaking in, back to Roush. Roush with a 10-footer off the glass. There's that guy again, Dan Roush. He guns to life against Milbank. 21-8 Ortonville. Knocked away in the backcourt, but it's going to be a turnover for the Bulldogs. 21-8. Ortonville on top. Milbank continues to turn it over. 9 on the night. We got a timeout on our floor. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be back. (21-8). Ortonville leads Milbank with 5 minutes remaining in our first half. That's actually 10 turnovers for the Bulldogs in the first half. Andy Ross with the basketball. Out top to Botker. Botker steps in, puts up a 19-footer. No good. Rebound cleared by Luke Kuba. Kuba to push it down the floor. Now to Heinert. Heinert on the left wing. Out top to Volkanot. Rob fakes. Dribble drive into the corner. Mike Paulson, three-pointer. Right side, no good. Rebound cleared by Kuba. Off the long rebound, gives it back off to Volkanot. Over to Heinert. Heinert dribble into the left baseline, cut off. Down low, Zemlicka muscling his way in. Missed the shot, though. And a rebound cleared by Wigman. Quickly up the floor, the Trojans. Letrud going right baseline. He's going to travel with the basketball.
Skip didn't really know where to go with it. He got cut off on the baseline and then just did a little 360 or 180 there. And he got called for the foul.
Luke Kuba trying to beat the press. Now it gets stolen away by Wigman. Runs it down in the right corner. Back out top. Botker to Andy Ross. Andy slowing it down just a little bit. Left side to Skip Letrud. Out top to Wigman with 4 minutes remaining in our second period. Wigman driving in. He puts up a shot. He's going to be fouled. Sean Zemlicka is going to pick up the foul. Number 1 on Sean. 3:56 remain in our first half. 21-8. Ortonville on top right now by 13. They've led the whole way. Roush inbounds, gets it into Letrud. They move it back out top. Andy Ross. Volkanot comes out to guard him. Bulldogs still playing a man-to-man. Letrud. Over to Wigman. Wigman trying to go get Zemlicka. Pull up free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound Letrud. The turnaround shot, no good. Now finally Letrud's going to pick up the over the back. Very close to getting one the first time. And after he missed that shot, I think it was definitely the second time.
And 33, Letrud, his third.
And that puts Milbank in the bonus, so Milbank maybe has an opportunity to cut into this 13-point deficit with some free throws. Pretty good free throw shooting team are the Bulldogs. Joe Heinert will step to the line for a 1-and-1 attempt. Heinert at 67% on the season. And the 1-and-1 attempt is good. Of course, that's always a key to make those 1-and-1s. Give yourself one more. Otherwise, it doesn't do you any good. Joe Heinert eyes up second free throw. That was good as well. 21-10. Volkanot goes for a steal in the backcourt. And Andy Ross is able to get by that. Ross up to Rademacher, left wing. Tanner swings it off to Wigman. Wigman in the corner. To Andy Ross. Ross off to Wigman. Wigman, baseline jumper. One-hander's good. 23-10. Ortonville back on top by 13. They put on the full court trap. And another turnover for the Bulldogs. Volkanot off the outstretched hands of Zemlicka. And right now, I don't see enough kids for Milbank really coming and helping out to the basketball. Ross giving it off to Tanner Rademacher. Into the corner, Dan Roush. Back out top, Wigman. Wigman gets by Zemlicka, running one-hander, no good. Rebound by Wigman, puts it up and in. Ross Wigman staying with it. And it's 25-10 Trojans. Heinert in the front court. Kuba caught in a trap, needs some help, steps through it, but throws it up for grabs. And Ortonville had a steal there, but Rademacher knocked it away off of Ross out of bounds. So somehow the Bulldogs are going to keep it.
Fun to watch Wigman because I've seen high school kids can master that little turnaround half hook and one-handed. And he's really worked hard in doing that. And
Nathan Thompson checks back in for Andy Ross. Ryan Schuler in for the Bulldogs. Volkanot inbounds out top to Luke Kuba. Kuba needs some help. Now gives it back off to Volkanot. Rob to the left side to Paulson. Back out top to Rob. Over to Heinert. Down low Schuler. Schuler working against Wigman. Turnaround shot is good. 25-12. Ortonville on top with 2:10 left to play in our first half. Rademacher with the basketball. Out top to Wigman. Wigman guarded by Schuler. Free throw line jumper in. That was good. Boy, the confidence is just flowing right now for Ross Wigman. He's not afraid to shoot it no matter where he is. Another nice shot. Joe Heinert breaking through the pressure. And he's going to be fouled by Thompson. They both go down hard. And that'll put Heinert back to the line where he'll be shooting a 1-and-1. And that time Heinert decided just to dribble through the press himself instead of put the ball in the air. Heinert with the 1-and-1 attempt. No good. High rebound. Knocked away and controlled by the Trojans. Jordan Botker pushing it back down the other way. Off to Wigman. He'll pull up three-pointer this time and up and in. Ross Wigman on fire. And it's an 18-point Ortonville lead. Volkanot in the backcourt to Heinert. The pressure's on again and the ball comes right in front of us. There's the Bulldogs throw it away for another turnover. Yes, they are, and I kind of, that was the big one worry for the Bulldogs tonight, whether or not they'd handle this pressure. And a lot of things, what the pressure does is it speeds up every action that you do, whether it needs to or not. And that's been a lot of the turnovers tonight for the Milbank team. Has been a lot of rush turnovers. 1:20 remain in our first half. 30-12 Ortonville. Wigman off to Botker. He'll put up a three. That was no good. Rebound cleared by Schuler. Schuler giving it off to Volkanot. Rob bringing it back the other way. The Bulldogs need to finish strong in the final minute. Down low Schuler. He's going to be fouled by Tanner Rademacher. And that'll put 6'7" Ryan Schuler at the line for a pair of free throws.
Foul at 35, Tanner Rademacher, his first.
That's been the one thing that Milbank's tried that's actually looked like it's been working for him. Ryan Schuler knocks down the first free throw. Jackson Sussex will check in for Rob Volkanot. 1:05 remain in our first half. 30-13, Ortonville on top. Second Schuler free throw, that one's good as well. Andy Ross bringing it down the floor with a 16-point Trojan lead with 1 minute remaining in our first half. Off to Tanner Rademacher. Tanner swinging it over to Wigman. Wigman driving baseline, cut off by Schuler, needs some help. Swinging it back out top now. Over to Nathan Thompson. Back to Ross. Andy moving it back over to Botker. Swing it down low, Wigman. Turnaround spin move by Schuler. Schuler's going to pick up the foul. And Ross Wigman will go to the line where he'll be shooting two.
50, Ryan Schuler is second.
Schuler went to blocking right hand, put in his left hand, and threw up a left-handed shot. Amazing.
And the first free throw for Wigman. That's one thing I've noticed, and it's the first time I've seen him this year, is just how well he adjusts to that when somebody comes over on him.
This doesn't happen.
Second free throw is no good. Rolls out. We're going to have an over the back out Tanner Rademacher. And that'll walk Milbank all the way back where they'll be shooting a 1-and-1. Travis Lester will go to the line. Now that's actually going to put him in the double bonus, Mike. And so that's even more costly with 39 seconds left in the first half. Comfortable lead right now, but with a whole other half of basketball, nothing's at the comfortable point yet. Lester misses his first free throw, usually pretty good at the stripe. Travis at 87%, could not get that one to fall. Zemlicka checks in for Schuler. Pete Ross back into the ballgame for Ortonville. 31-14, Trojans on top. Second Lester free throw is good. Andy Ross will bring it down the floor with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Giving it off to Botker. They may try to hold for one. Try to pull the Bulldogs out on the defense. Botker giving it back out to Andy Ross. 23 seconds remaining in our first half. 31-15. Ortonville on top. Now Paulson putting on pressure. Bulldogs got a foul to give if they want to go for a steal. Over to Ross. Back to Nathan Thompson with 10 seconds. Thompson down low. Botker. Botker runner is no good, but he was fouled by Sussex. Two guys were there, but I think Jackson's going to pick up the foul.
24, Jackson.
That'll be his first, 16th foul, but that'll put Jordan Botker to the line shooting two.
Well, Jordan's just in front right now. He just hasn't been able to make anything. And he's still another shooting slump. Too bad, because he's normally a pretty good shot.
Oh yeah, second free throw by Botker, knocked that one down. Full court pressure with 6 seconds. Sussex into the front court. Zemlicka in the corner, back to Jackson, launches a three-pointer. That one's going to be no good. And we're going to halftime, and it's been all Ortonville Trojans. Our score at halftime, Ortonville 32, Milbank 15. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the halftime show. And that's key. It's a lot of time left. You can still be patient, and you don't have to worry about putting up threes or anything else like that, getting fast breaks. And a lot of time on the floor yet. 32-15. Ortonville by 17. The Bulldogs getting their final instructions by Boyd Sussex, as Ortonville's already out on the floor. And it looks like the Bulldogs will have the basketball to start off our third period. Sussex inbounds. Gets it in front court. Left corner to Rob Coconut. Coconut back off to Sussex. He's going to be fouled by Nathan Thompson. Got a reach in there by Nathan.
Nick Thompson, his second.
Sussex inbounds once again, this time in the front court, giving it off to Coconut. Rob off to Sussex. Nate Thompson on the defense, moving over to Heinert. Get it over the right side. Bulldogs moving the basketball. Now over to Luke Kuba. Left side, Sussex down low. Zemlicka. Zemlicka lost it. Now he regains. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Ortonville. Joe Heinert in there scrambling for the Bulldogs. So Milbank trying to get it down to Sean Zemlicka. They were able to do so, but had double pressure by the Trojans. Out top to Coconut. He's been quiet tonight. Rob back off to Kuba. Down low, Zemlicka. Zemlicka kicks it out to Coconut. He'll load up a three-pointer. No good. Long rebound in the corner. Going to be run down by Thompson. Thompson gives it out to Botker. We'll hand it over to Andy Ross. Walking into the front court. Ross just playing some catch out top with Botker and Thompson. Trying to extend the defense. Trying to extend that Bulldog defense. They're just playing catch along the perimeter, way out there. Into the corner, back out to Thompson, left wing. Right side in the right corner to Pete Ross. Pete back out to Andy. Over to Thompson, back in the corner, Botker. Back into the right corner, Pete Ross. Now off to Andy Ross. Into the corner to Botker, just playing catch along the perimeter. The Bulldogs won't come out too far of that zone. 6:35 left to play in our third period. 32-15. Ortonville leads. Botker with the basketball. Back to Nate Thompson. Thompson, Wigman, free throw line jumper. Turnaround, no good. Rebound cleared by Heinert. Bringing it back is Rob Coconut. Rob into the front court. Off to Sussex. Jackson over to Heinert. Down to Zemlicka, working on the right baseline. He's going to be rejected by Wigman. Out of bounds, it will be Bulldog basketball. Ross had good defense right there.
You can see Coach Sussex is going to judge the motions of the Trojans into a zone, and they really got the shot they wanted there.
Inbounds out top, Kuba into the corner. Coconut turns, fires a three. That was no good. Rebound by Zemlicka, got it knocked out of his hands and into the hands of Andy Ross. As quick as the guards are, you can't bring that basketball down at all against Ortonville. Off to Andy Ross. Ross, cross court to Thompson. Free throw line, Wigman, give and go to Thompson. Thompson running down the right side of the paint, lays it in. Full court pressure once again by the Trojans. Sussex in the backcourt to Heinert. Heinert off to Volkanot. Volkanot into the corner to Kuba. Kuba down low. Heinert. Heinert hard to the glass. Lays it in. Joe Heinert crashing in. Knocked down Andy Ross. No foul called. 34-17 Trojans with 5.5 remaining in our third period. Andy Ross into the front court, guarded by Sussex. Now it looks like the Bulldogs switch back to a man-to-man. Thompson back out to Ross. Back over to Nate Thompson. Up top to Botker. Jordan down to Wigman. Wigman trying to back in. Give and go to Thompson once again. Lays it in. Going with a handle on Thompson, and he has 4 quick points in this second half. Heinert in the backcourt. Back off to Sussex. Into the left corner to Luke Kuba. Back out top to Jackson Sussex. Jackson dribbling through. Runner down the lane is going to be... He's going to be called for the charge. Shot went in. Will not count. And Sussex will pick up the charge call. 36-17, Ortonville by 19 with 4:45 left to play in our third period. Botker out top to Ross. Left side Thompson. Now they just playing catch along the perimeters. Extending the defense for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs chasing the basketball. Ortonville gets rid of it before Milbank can get there. Thompson out top to Ross. Botker into the right corner. Pete Ross. Pete through traffic loses the basketball. Goes down hard on that shoulder. Back comes Sussex. 2-on-2 break. Gives it to Zemlicka. Zemlicka steps through, lays it in off the glass and in. Andy Ross bringing it back up the floor to Thompson with 4:08 left to play in our third period. 36-19 Ortonville. Pete Ross will fire a long jumper from the corner, knocked out of bounds by the Trojans off the hands of Wigman. And it will go to the Bulldogs. And Coach Sussex not happy about the reversal. Coach Sussex giving the official a real earful right now. That was a tough call either way. Thompson, Letrude stepping in. He's going to be fouled by, he's going to actually travel. Heinert has some tough defense on him, a lot of contact. And Letrude trying to spin. Gets called for the violation. Volkanot, pressure in the backcourt, moves in front court to Sussex. Sussex trying to force one to Zemlicka, got stolen away by Thompson. Back off now to Andy Ross. Over to Thompson. Thompson gives it off to Wigman. Wigman out on the right baseline. Heinert guarding him now, steps by Heinert, lays it in. Ross Wigman doing anything he wants here tonight with 19 points. Into the front court, Sussex. Sussex has guys all over him, and if one of them is going to pick up the foul. 3:27 left to play in our third period, 38-19. Ortonville on top. Letrude to pick up his third. Fourth, actually. Skip will have to check out of the ball game. Ryan Schuler checks in for Zemlicka. Inbounds goes to Volkanot. Out top to Kuba. Luke into the right corner. Heinert down low. Schuler's going to be fouled from behind. And that one's going to go against Wigman. So once again, Milbank's able to get it down low on the block to Ryan Schuler. And he was able to get great position. Now he's going to the line. He'll be shooting a pair. Yep. Schuler misses the first free throw. Mike Paulson checks in for Luke Kuba. Schuler, the 6'7" sophomore, will line up for a second. Schuler, who led the Bulldogs with 6 points in the first half, missed both free throws. Rebound cleared by Botker. Botker loses it off his leg after Mike Paulson hit it out of there. And it's going to be Bulldog basketball. Nice job by the freshman Paulson. So Sussex will inbounds. Into the corner. Schuler out top to Volkanot. Back off to Jackson Sussex. Sussex is going to travel with the basketball. Trying to make a move from the right wing. And just stutter step the feet. 3:13 remaining in our third period. 38-19. Ortonville continues to lead by 19. Luke Kuba checks in for Sussex. Andy Ross bringing it down the floor. Left side, Tanner Rademacher down to Thompson. Nice fake by Volkanot, missed the shot. Rebound loose, got it by Thompson. Thompson kicks it to Wigman. He'll fire a three. That one's no good. Rebound cleared by Volkanot. Boy, hands everywhere for Ortonville. You're never safe with the basketball. Rob back the other way for the Bulldogs. Steps through, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Schuler. Schuler puts it in. That time, Rob Volkanot trying to make things happen, couldn't get it to go, but Ryan Schuler was there with the offensive board. 38-21 Ortonville, 2.5 remaining. Ross Wigman back puts one up, left-hander's no good. It was good. Oh, that was coming out, but it dropped down, and worse yet, he was fouled. Wigman got knocked down. He'll go to the line, see if he can make it a three-point play. We got a timeout on the floor, 2:31 remaining in the third period. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back. To 21, Ortonville leads by 19. Ross Wigman with the bonus free throw. That one's good. 22 on the night for Wigman. And a 20-point Trojan lead. Pressure stays in the backcourt. Rob Volkanot back off to Heinert. Heinert in the front court to Kuba. Kuba dribbles through a trap. Now needs some help as he picks up the basketball off to Paulson. Paulson back out to Kuba. Luke out top to Volkanot. Rob over to Kuba. Luke picks up his dribble, needs some help. Gives it off to Heinert. Heinert will bring it back around out top. Got it stolen away by Thompson. Thompson off to the races, lays it in. Nathan Thompson with 6 points this period. And Ortonville by 22, 1:54 left to play. In our third period, Mike Paulson. Paulson down low, he's going to go to the basket. Missed it, rebound by Schuler. Schuler lays it in. 10-4 Ryan Schuler, the one bright spot for the Bulldogs right now. 1:35 remaining in our third period, 43-23. Ortonville by 20. Into the corner, Tanner Rademacher. Off to Ross. Thompson gives it back to Wigman with a 17-footer. That one's good. That's Ross Wigman shooting tonight like 88% or something. I tell you, everything's going down. Kuba into the front court. Off to Heinert. Heinert dribbling through traffic. I tell you, traps everywhere on this Ortonville defense. Into the corner. Volkanot will turn and fire a three. That one's no good. Rebound by Heinert. Heinert out top to Kuba. Kuba steps in. Loses the pass down low and is picked off by Wigman. Bulldogs cannot capitalize once again. 45-23 Ortonville. 45 seconds remaining in our third period. Down on the baseline, Rademacher back out to Bodker. Gives it way out top to Andy Ross. Back off to Nathan Thompson. Nate puts it down now on the dribble. Picks it up over to Andy Ross. Right at half court. Chased by Kuba with 25 seconds. Off to Thompson, over to Ross. Out top to Bodker. Volkanot went for a steal just a little bit too late. 14 seconds remaining in our third period. Trojans trying to hold for one. Bodker going to work against Paulson. Now back off to Ross. Ross kicks it back through to Thompson. Thompson with a runner. No good. Rebound by Paulson. Paulson's going to put up a half-courter. And that falls a little bit short. After three, it's Ortonville 45, Milbank 23. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back for the fourth. 45-23, Ortonville leads by 22. They'll have the basketball to start off the fourth period. Dan Roush into the ball game. Will inbound to Andy Ross. Andy will walk into the front court. Gets it off to Tanner Rademacher. Over to Pete Ross out on the right wing. Off to Bodker. Bodker guarded by Volkanot. Botker to Roush. Back out to Ross. Of course, Ortonville going to be patient with it with this big lead. Rademacher top of the key, guarded by Lester. The Bulldogs playing a man-to-man D. Off to Pete Ross. Pete down to Botker. Botker is going to be rejected out of bounds by Paulson. Paulson come over there and helped out Luke Kuba and got the rejection. Ross to inbounds from the baseline. And he to put it into the corner of Dan Roush. Roush bringing it back out. Needs some help as Volkanat had the pressure on. Now he gives it off to Botker. Jordan on the dribble, guarded by Kuba. Off to the right side to Ross. Andy, chased by Paulson. Just gets it into Roush out on the left side. Off to Rademacher, down low, Pete Ross. He's going at Zemlicka. Zemlicka is going to pick up the foul. Shot rolled off. And Pete Ross will go to line. He'll be shooting a pair.
Foul on 52. Sean Zemlicka is second.
He's got a nice one.
And they're so quick, just off that patience, then all of a sudden one of them breaks, and they're just a little bit quicker than what the Bulldogs are. Ross misses the first free throw. He'll have one more coming. Second free throw, that one's good. 6 on the night for Pete Ross. 46-23 Ortonville with 7 minutes left to play in our ball game. We're going to have a foul out on the wing. Looks like Dan Roush got a piece of Mike Paulson.
Foul on 25. Dan Roush is second.
The Bulldogs did a nice job of getting it up court, breaking the press, and Roush picking up the foul. Just going to get his feet quick down.
Kuba to inbounds from the baseline. Inbounds goes to Volkanat. Volkanat steps in, dishes off to Zemlicka. Zemlicka is going to be rejected out of bounds. It was Andy Ross and Tanner Rademacher were there. One of them got a good hand on it.
Right there is where Sean just took it up instead of putting it on the court. I feel they hurt him right there.
Yep, and let the Ortonville converge on that. Inbounds goes off the hands of Zemlicka. Now it's a 3-on-1 break for the Trojans. Andy Ross by Kuba is going to lay it in. 7 on the night for Andy Ross with a 25-point Trojan lead. Kuba into the front court to Volkanat. He's getting hounded over there, and he's going to double dribble with the basketball. I'm just so impressed where they trap all the way down the floor, but once you get in that half court, they're putting on that trap all the way as well.
They've been doing it for so long that they just know where to be when they have to be there. It's amazing.
Rademacher with the basketball. Giving it off to Pete Ross. Out on the right wing. Out top to Botker. Down in the paint. Roush just about lost it. He regains, stepping it back out to half court. Guarded by Volkanat. Able to dribble by him. Lay off for a foot. Roush with a quick step was able to get by Volkanat. There was no help. And Dan Roush with 4 on the night. Once again, the pressure giving the Bulldogs fits. Lester in the front court. Paulson down low off the arm of Zemlicka. Now we're going to have a foul on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs getting a little bit too fast, out of control. Jackson Sussex will check in for Volkanat. 5:58 left to play in our ball game. 50-23. This one's getting ugly for Milbank. Andy Ross will bring it down the floor. Into the front court to Tanner Rademacher. Rademacher right side to Pete Ross. Zemlicka all over him. Back out to Andy Ross. Over to Botker. Being patient with it, as Ortonville has been all night. Roush dribbling in and gets knocked out of bounds by Sussex. 5:35 left to play in our ball game. 50-23. Ortonville on top of Milbank. Inbounds goes backcourt to Andy Ross. Into the front court, left side Rademacher. Hot pass down low off of Botker. He recovers loose basketball. And now they get it back out, reset it up with Andy Ross, center circle. Off to Roush on the left wing. Making the Bulldogs go after the basketball. Being effective at running the time off the clock as well. Out top. Botker into the left corner, Rademacher. Back off to Pete Ross. Pete is going to be knocked down by Zemlicka. Zemlicka going for the block. Actually, it's going to be...
Foul on 13.
Luke Kuba picking up the foul. Couldn't even see Luke around Sean Zemlicka there. Pete Ross will go to line. He'll be shooting a pair. Ross was 6 on the night. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Ross' first free throw is good. He'll have one more coming. 51-23, Ortonville, with 5:03 remaining in our ball game. Second free throw, that one's good as well. Sussex pressure in the backcourt. Still on the dribble. Needs some help off to Lester. Lester down in the right corner. Paulson. Paulson gonna throw it away. Looking for Sussex. And it's gonna be an over and back violation. So another turnover story of the night for the Bulldogs. Now you see the Bulldogs getting some heavy legs out there as well with this 29-point deficit. I think they just want to pack up and get out of here. So we'll find Ortonville again on February 16th on their own floor, see if it's a little different. That's what you always say, Mike. Beat Ross with the basketball. Somehow it always seems to be, though, as well. Andy now steps out to Roush. Funny what a home floor advantage will do in this series. Well, Milbank's never found anything any easier over here in Ortonville as well. Trojans just running the clock, running on the perimeter. Now Roush driving down the paint. He's going to be fouled by Paulson. With 4:07 remaining in our ball game, Dan Roush will go to line. His Trojans lead 52-23. Roush with 4 on the night. He'll have 2 free throws coming. First free throw attempts. And the first one is no good, left a little bit short. Skip Lettrud will check in along with Ross Wigman. Roush on up second free throw. That one's on its way. That one's good as well. Thompson back into the ballgame for the Trojans. Quickly, the Bulldogs push it down the floor. Paulson puts up a jumper off the baseline. Nothing will fall. Rebound by Lettrud. Now, Andy Ross will walk it down the floor with 3:53 remaining in our ballgame. 30-point Ortonville lead. Thompson off to Wigman. Left side out to Bodker. Jordan dribble drive, loses the basketball to Lester. Lester is going down after it. He's going to be a travel, but it's good to see your team trailing by 30. Travis Lester goes all out after that loose basketball. Down on the floor. And ends up with the traveling violation. We'd like to see that hustle. Joe Fuller will check in for Ortonville. Going to see some of the bench now for the Trojans. And I'm sure it won't be long before Milbank does as well.
Jordy goes out after with just 1 point, but he played a nice game defensively for Ortonville, and he's just got to get through this, and he will. He's a senior, good ball player.
Fuller with the basketball, giving it off to Wigman into the right corner. Stretching out the man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. Matt Finston into the ball game. Now off to Wigman. Swing it over to Fuller. Fuller out on the left wing. Back out to Nate Thompson. Thompson with Sussex all over him. Loses him. Now gives it off to Finston. He gets it in the corner to Wigman. Finston dribbling through. Kicking it back out to Thompson. 2:52 left to play on the clock. Justin Folk into the ball game. He's on the defense on the basketball. Now Thompson gives it off to Wigman. Wigman picks it up. Down low. Fuller is going to have the ball knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs.
Foul on 24, Sussex.
And that'll put Joe Fuller to the line. (53-23). It's been all Ortonville tonight, and 2:41 remaining in our ball game here. Joe Fuller will have a 1-and-1 attempt. And he earns himself one more, but knocking down the first one. And second free throw by Fuller. That one's good as well. Sussex will bring it down the floor. 55-23 Ortonville. 2.5 remaining in our ball game. Jackson on the dribble drive, taking it all the way. He's going to be fouled by Letrude. I don't know, it looks like Letrude's complaining a little about it, but I think it's a good call. Which should be number 5.
Skip never goes flat.
Is that right? Jackson Sussex at the free throw line. He's been held scoreless tonight, so that's a very odd for the sophomore point guard. Knocks down the first free throw. Averages about 10 points a game. Second free throw is good. And bringing it down the floor is Matt Kingston. Kingston loses it to Sussex. Sussex taking it the other way with the layup. And left-hander is good. 55-27 with 2:15 remaining. That comes Kingston. Off to Pete Ross, back into the ballgame. Now Wigman dribble in, jumper's no good. Rebound cleared by Lester. Good hustle once again by Travis. Back off to Sussex. 2 minutes left. Sussex pushing it down the floor. Is going to throw it into the hand of Fingston. Just too much air under that basketball. Fingston with a lot of pressure by Matt Paulson. Into the front court. Right side to Thompson. 1:45 remaining in our ball game. 55-27 Ortonville. Thompson back off to Fuller. Over to Wigman. Left side, Fingston. Back to the right wing to Wigman. And now we're going to foul on Thompson. I would think at some point here, you got to get Ross Wigman out of the ballgame, though, don't you, Mike? You'd hate to have something happen with this big lead.
Well, you would think. And here comes Andy Simmons.
Lester and Paulson check out as Ryan Conrad, Andy Snaza, Jim Tetzloff check in for the Bulldogs. And now they're going to get somebody in. Alan Westermeyer checks in, as does Jesse Close. Nate Thompson will be at the free throw line. And he'll be shooting a 1-and-1 attempt. And the shot is good, earns himself one more. And if he makes this, then he'll check out of the ball game. 1:24 remaining in our ball game. Second free throw by Thompson is good. Knocks that one down, and it's a 30-point lead for the Trojans, 57-27. With 1:44 remaining, Andy Simonich checks in for Thompson. In the front court behind the defense, Andy Snaza. Snaza with a nice fake, lays it in.
Basket by 34, Andy Snaza.
Fingston brings it down, the pressure from Justin Folk. Into the front court, giving it off to Joe Fuller with 1:05 left to play in the ballgame. Fuller back off to Close. Jesse Close picks up the basketball off to Fuller into the right corner. Bounce pass down to Fingston. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound. We're going to have a foul over the back. Picked up by Jesse Close.
Foul on 23, Jesse Close, his first.
53 seconds remaining in our ballgame. 57-29. Justin Folk will bring it down for the Bulldogs. Off to Ryan Conrad. Lob pass down low. Schuler. Nice move down low. Put a little shoulder in. Got clearance and laid it in. 31 points now for the Bulldogs. Fingston with pressure from Folk. Gusted a good defender. They get it off to Simonich. Over to Westermeyer. Back to Close. Close picks up his dribble over to Fuller. With 25 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Fuller needs some help. Gets it stolen away by Folk. Justin weaves through traffic, picks up the dribble, cross court to Snaza. Andy Snaza loads up a three. That falls short, but it makes it be a good pass to Jim Tetzloff. I was going to say that might be just a little out of Andy's range out there, but it ended up a good pass to Jim Tetzloff, who gets into the scorebook. And that's going to do it. And an impressive performance here by the Ortonville Trojans. Our final score is Ortonville 57, Milbank 33. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back to Ortonville Gymnasium after 2 minutes.